Retiring to Europe is a dream. Here are 10 real adjustments you should know about before taking the plunge. Number 9 was the best for me. For years I imagined myself sipping coffee at a Parisian cafe or strolling through a Tuscan market in my golden years. And now, I'm living it. But moving here wasn't just about packing bags and booking a one-way flight. It's a profound shift in lifestyle, a series of adjustments that go far beyond what you see in travel brochures. This isn't a how-to guide for visas. It's a how-to-live guide, sharing the honest truths I learned along the way. I want to give you a real sense of what to expect, from the glorious to the mundane. This video is structured as a list covering 10 key adjustments you'll likely face. We'll move at a brisk pace to keep perfect for a quick but informative watch. I've packed it with insights gained from my own experience and from fellow expats I've met all across the continent. Think of me as your friendly guide, someone who's already made the journey I assume you are contemplating. We'll cover everything from the pace of life to the paperwork, all designed to help you make your transition smoother and more joyful. It's about being prepared, so you can truly savor the experience. All the visuals you'll see are from my travels and life here in Europe, along with some brochure-type photos and videos. My goal is to paint a vivid, realistic picture for you. This isn't about discouraging you, it's about empowering you. Because when you understand the realities, you can embrace them fully and build a truly wonderful life here. So let's get into it. Let's explore the realities of retiring in Europe together. Back home, everything felt like a race against the clock. Here, the clock seems to tick a little slower. I remember my first few weeks in Salzburg, feeling antsy as I waited 15 minutes for a waiter to bring the check. I was tapping my foot, checking my watch, stuck in that American mindset of what's next. But then I looked around. No one else was in a hurry. Families were lingering over empty plates. Friends were deep in conversation. And it hit me. This isn't poor service, it's a different philosophy of time. This slower rhythm isn't just for restaurants, it permeates everyday life. Shops might close for a few hours in the afternoon for a riposo or siesta. Post offices and banks have shorter hours. You learn quickly that you can't just run errands whenever you want. Instead of fighting it, you have to lean into it. This forced slowdown is actually a gift. It encourages you to be present, to notice the little details. For instance, the intricate ironwork on a balcony, the smell of fresh bread from the panetteria, the sound of church bells marking the hour. It took me a while, but I learned to stop rushing and start savoring. Now I love those long, leisurely lunches. I'll sit with a book, or just people watch for an hour after my meal. It's in these unhurried moments that you connect with your new home on a deeper level. You stop being a tourist just passing through and start feeling like you belong. My advice? Slow down, linger. This is when you start to feel at home. It's a beautiful and necessary first step. Now for a less romantic but absolutely critical adjustment. I'm talking about bureaucracy. Let me be blunt here. You will face a mountain of paperwork. Getting your residency visa is just the beginning. Register with the local town hall. Apply for a national health insurance card. Maybe get a local driver's license. Set up a bank account. Each step comes with forms, stamps, and required documents. Birth certificate, marriage certificate, financial statements, background checks, often needing officially translated and notarized or apostilled copies. Do you even know what an apostille is? Don't worry, you will. The process can feel illogical and frustrating. You might be sent from one office to another, then told you're missing a single, obscure document. Persistence is your greatest asset here. Don't give up. Take a deep breath. Stay organized and keep every piece of paper they give you. I learned to carry a dedicated folder with originals and multiple copies. It's a rite of passage for every expat. Sharing war stories is a great way to bond. Tap into the hive mind of those who came before you. Expat forums, Facebook groups, search for groups specific to your country or city. People share step-by-step guides, lists of required documents, names of helpful clerks. Think of it as a quest. It's challenging, yes, but successfully navigating it feels like a major victory and solidifies your place in your new community. Okay, now for your next adjustment. chances are your European home will be significantly smaller than what you're used to in North America. Forget the walk-in closets, sprawling kitchens, and two-car garages. European living, especially in historic city centers, is about efficiency and making the most of every square meter. When we first saw our apartment, my initial thought was, where will all our stuff go? The answer, I soon realized, was that the stuff couldn't come with us. This move forces you to adopt a more minimalist mindset. The process of downsizing is both daunting and incredibly liberating. You have to be ruthless, going through decades of accumulated belongings and asking yourself, do I truly need this? We sold furniture, donated boxes of clothes, and digitized thousands of photos, leaving the originals in storage back in the States. It was hard to let go of things that held sentimental value, but it was also a chance to unburden ourselves from the weight of material possessions. We focused on bringing only the things that were truly meaningful or essential. Now we live with less, but we live more fully. We've become clever with storage solutions, using multifunctional furniture and maximizing vertical space. But the real shift is mental. You learn to prioritize experiences over objects. Instead of buying souvenirs, we take beautiful photographs and write in our journals. My mantra through this whole process, and one I repeat often, is this: collect memories and photos, not stuff. Your new life is about the richness of your daily experiences, not the size of your closet or the stuff you've accumulated. Next, let's talk about expenses. A common question I get is it cheaper to live in Europe? The answer is complicated. Some things are and some things aren't. It's not a simple cost swap. It's a complete reshuffling of your budget. You're adjusting to a different cost mix. For example, my healthcare costs are a fraction of what they were in the States, and getting around on public transport or by train is wonderfully affordable. A glass of excellent local wine might only cost you a few euros. These are the things that make you smile when you look at your bank statement. On the other hand, you might be shocked by other expenses. Utilities like electricity and gas can be significantly more expensive, which makes you much more conscious of turning off lights and lowering the thermostat. Eating out at restaurants, while a wonderful experience, can be pricey if you're not careful, especially in tourist-heavy areas. And gasoline for your car? The prices at the pump will make your eyes water. You have to relearn how to shop and spend your money wisely. The key is to live like a local, not a tourist. Discover the neighborhood markets for fresh seasonal produce, the baker, and the cheese shop. Learn which local grocery store chain offers the best value. Cook more meals at home, taking advantage of the incredible ingredients available to you. By embracing local habits, you can manage the new cost mix effectively and live a very comfortable and often more affordable life. Next, let's talk about something many are afraid of, but don't need to be. Language. You can absolutely get by in many parts of Europe, especially in bigger cities, speaking only English. But getting by is not the same as living. To truly connect with your new home and its people, you need to make an effort with the language. It's a sign of respect, and it opens doors that would otherwise remain closed. You don't need to become fluent overnight, but learning the basics is non-negotiable. Start with the magic words: hello, goodbye, please, thank you, and excuse me. These simple greetings can completely change the tone of an interaction. Walking into a small shop and saying, "Bonjour, madame," in France, or "Buongiorno" in Italy, shows that you see the shopkeeper as a person, not just a service provider. I've found that even a clumsy attempt at the local language is met with warmth and encouragement. It breaks down the barrier between us and them, and makes you feel more a part of the daily fabric of life. Little phrases like these are your keys to unlocking a more authentic and rewarding experience. They show you're not just a visitor, you're a neighbor. Next up is adjusting to European medicine. Healthcare is a huge factor for any retiree, and the systems in Europe are often a pleasant surprise. The quality of care is generally excellent, and the cost is dramatically lower. However, the system itself is different, and you need to learn how to navigate it. You can't just show up at a doctor's office with your American insurance card. The first step after establishing residency is registering with your country's national health system. This process is, you guessed it, another bureaucratic hurdle, but it's essential. Unfortunately, it's different in each country. Once you're registered, you'll usually need to choose or be assigned a primary care physician, Hausarzt in Germany, Médecin Traitant in France. This doctor is your gatekeeper to the rest of the system. Usually, you'll need a referral from them to see most specialists. Finding English-speaking providers is usually possible, especially in larger cities. Expat forums and official embassy lists are your best friends here. Don't be shy about calling an office and simply asking, "Do you have a doctor who speaks English?" You also need to adjust your expectations for timelines. It might take several weeks to get a non-urgent appointment with a specialist. Emergency care, of course, is readily available and top-notch. But for routine checkups and consultations, you learn to plan ahead. It's a trade-off. You're exchanging the on-demand, consumer-driven model you might be used to for a more patient, community-funded system that provides incredible peace of mind. Next, we're on to number 7 in case you lost count. When you move to a new country, you leave behind a lifetime of connections, family, friends, colleagues, neighbors. Rebuilding that sense of community from scratch is one of the biggest emotional adjustments you'll make. It won't happen automatically. You have to be proactive and, at times, vulnerable. You have to put yourself out there over and over again. It can feel like the first day of school, but the rewards are immeasurable. So, how do you meet people? Start with your passions. Join a local hiking club, join a book group, join a choir, join a cooking class. Take a language course at a local school. It's a fantastic way to meet other newcomers and locals alike. Volunteer for a cause you care about. These shared activities provide a natural way to form connections based on common interests, not just proximity. Also, don't underestimate the power of being a regular at your local cafe or bakery. Those small daily interactions build a sense of belonging. Be prepared for friendship to look a little different too. Europeans can sometimes be more reserved initially than Americans, and it might take longer to be invited into someone's home. Don't take it personally. It's just a cultural difference. Be patient, be genuine, and be persistent. The effort it takes to rebuild your social circle is significant, but finding those first few friends who you can lean on, laugh with, and explore your new world with is absolutely essential for your long-term happiness. Number 8. Life in Europe is deeply connected to the seasons in a way that I hadn't fully appreciated before. It's not just about the weather changing. It's about the entire rhythm of life shifting. In the spring, the outdoor cafes suddenly spill out onto the sidewalks. The streets are filled with a sense of renewal. Summer brings a constant parade of festivals. Outdoor concerts, long, light-filled evenings where dinner doesn't start until 9 p.m. It's a time of vibrant, communal energy. Unfortunately, in many touristy places, crowds get large. You'll start complaining about the tourists just like the locals. Then comes autumn. Beautiful foliage, harvest festivals, the aroma of roasting chestnuts on city street corners. It's a cozy, reflective time, and winter brings the magic of Christmas markets and mulled wine, a quieter, more introspective mood. Living here, you learn to embrace this ebb and flow. You also learn to appreciate the off-season. The quiet of a seaside town in November or a mountain village in April offers a peaceful beauty you'd never experience as a summer tourist. This seasonal rhythm also shapes how you travel. One of the greatest joys of retiring here is having an entire continent at your doorstep. You can plan your trips to align with the seasons. Visit the lavender fields of Provence in early summer. Go skiing in the Alps in winter. See the Dutch tulips in the spring. Explore the Greek islands in September when the crowds have thinned, but the water is still warm. You stop thinking in terms of one big vacation and start thinking in terms of a continuous, flowing tapestry of exploration. Okay, here's number 9. This was the adjustment that I, personally, was most excited about, and it has exceeded all my expectations. In Europe, you don't just visit history, you live in it. Your local bakery might be in a building that's 400 years old. The cobblestones you walk on every day could have been laid in Roman times. You might live down the street from a medieval castle or a Gothic cathedral. History isn't confined to museums. It is the very foundation of your daily life, and it's a constant source of wonder. As a former history teacher, I'm often overwhelmed in the best possible way by this proximity to the past. Every walk is a history lesson. I'll notice a plaque on a wall I've passed 100 times and discover a famous artist once lived there, or I'll learn the story behind a neighborhood fountain. It adds a profound layer of meaning to your surroundings. You develop a deep appreciation for the continuity of human experience, for the generations of people who have walked these same streets before you. Living with so much history also means living with tradition and the rules that protect it. You learn to be patient with historic preservation. You might not be able to install modern, double-paned windows in your 17th century apartment, or you might have to deal with quirky plumbing. But you learn that these are small prices to pay for the privilege of being a temporary custodian of a place with such a rich story. It fosters a sense of stewardship and a respect for the past that is truly humbling. Finally, number 10. This final adjustment brings us full circle, back to the idea of time, but on a more philosophical level. In my previous life, my days were governed by productivity. My calendar was a series of tasks to be completed, a race to be won. My value felt tied to what I accomplished. Retiring in Europe has fundamentally rewired my relationship with time. It's no longer an adversary to be beaten or a resource to be maximized requiring every second to be accounted for. Instead, time has become a companion. There's a greater emphasis on simply being. The goal of a day might not be to check off a to-do list, but to have a meaningful conversation, to read a chapter of a book in the sun, to savor a really good meal, or to take a long walk with no destination in mind. It's a shift from productivity to presence. You learn that the moments between the important events are actually where life is truly lived. It's the quiet morning coffee, the chat with your neighbor, the evening stroll. These become the highlights. This isn't to say that life is lazy or unproductive. People work hard and live full lives. But there's an underlying understanding that life is more than just work and achievement. It's about relationships, community, pleasure, and reflection. You stop measuring your life in accomplishments and start measuring it in moments of connection and joy. This, for me, has been the most profound and rewarding adjustment of all. You learn to just live in the moment, and that is an incredible gift. So there you have it, 10 honest truths about retiring in Europe. As you can see, it's about so much more than just changing your address. It's a journey of adaptation, patience, discovery. Retiring in Europe isn't a constant vacation. It's a new chapter with its own learning curve. Embrace the changes and you'll find a slower, more intentional way of life. You'll trade some conveniences for a deeper connection to your community, to history, to the rhythm of the seasons. It's a trade-off I would make again in a heartbeat. Of course, there are challenges. The bureaucracy, the downsizing, the initial loneliness. But they are also temporary hurdles on the path to a richer, more meaningful existence. Each form you fill out, each new word you learn, each friendship you forge is a step toward building a genuine home here. It's about letting go of old habits and expectations and opening yourself up to a new way of seeing the world and your place in it. It requires effort, but the payoff is a life filled with daily beauty and wonder. Looking back on my journey, I realized the most significant change wasn't external. It was internal. It was about rediscovering a part of myself that had been lost in the hustle of my former life. It led me to a simple but powerful conclusion. The biggest adjustment wasn't learning how to live in Europe, it was learning how to live more fully. I hope sharing my experience helps you on your own path. Thanks for watching.